If you would like to know how to create this art journal page, then stay tuned and I will show you exactly how. Hi, here's Max, and I'm delighted that you tuned in. Due to many requests, I will do another art journal page with you today. This time I'm preparing my own tissue paper for the background. For this I'm using a deli paper and one of my favorite background stamps with an old handwriting. I'm stamping all over the page and fill the gaps afterwards. I'm leaving a blank page in my art journal and adhering the deli paper with matte medium gel. While doing so, I'm taking care that the paper is tightly adhered to the center, as this is the part of the journal that is stressed the most. Afterwards, I'm applying a layer of light gesso as foundation. For the background, I'm using a piece of pattern paper by Stampin' Up that I found in my stash. By using a square punch, I'm building lots of tiles. For the center, I'm cutting the tiles in half to keep the middle of the page as flat and flexible as possible. All the other tiles will now be adhered to the page, which will surely take some time. To create a three-dimensional look for the room, I'm using diagonal pieces on the bottom that are only half as long as the upper tiles. And next we need a tub for our bathroom. I'm sketching it on a piece of vanilla pattern paper and then cutting it into the right shape. Then I'm adhering it to the page using matte medium gel again. To get a piece of cardstock in light blue, I'm simply coloring white cardstock with tumbled glass distress ink. Once this is done, I'm sketching the water. It shall have bubbling foam on top, and so I'm creating curved edges on the piece. After fuzzy cutting this, I'm again adhering it with matte medium. And then cut off the excess. And a real bathroom surely needs a rubber duck. And so I'm sketching this as well before fuzzy cutting it. For the lip I'm using red cardstock, which I'm handling in the same way. And then I'm adhering the complete duck to the page as well. Now I'm preparing a towel rail of grey shimmering cardstock. And of course we need a big towel for this rail. I'm folding the dotted paper several times to create the pleats in the towel. Then I'm cutting the piece into shape at the top. On the bottom I'm creating some fringes that I'm crumpling a little bit to give them a dimensional look. And finally also the towel will be adhered to the page. Now I'm using a variety of circle punches to create some blue circles, which shall be bubbles that are flying around. I love these bubbles, and I have to admit that I simply couldn't stop here. So, but now off we go with the excess, and then I'm shading all pieces with a brown felt marker. I'm using a Stabilo marker that I can move around a little bit and create the shading. And so after a while the tub gets some dimension. And also the foam in the tub, which I'm shading with a blue marker, now bubbles a little bit more. Towel, the rail and the tiles are getting dimension in the same way. And now I simply couldn't resist adhering some more bubbles. The quote for today reads, "Happiness is a hot bubble bath," and I'm adhering it backwards to correctly line up from the center of the page. And of course the edges will be sponged. I'm using navy blue ink for the first round and black ink for a second one. And as usual, I will set some highlights with a white gel pen. On the tub, the letters, as well as on the rail, and finally the bubbles. And now at the end, my favorite technique, the stenciling with modeling paste. I'm using a stencil by Ranger and some modeling paste by Schmincke to fill the empty spots. And I think this turned out not too bad. So, I hope you had fun and got inspired. And if so, I would be delighted to get a thumbs up. I'm also looking forward to reading your comments and suggestions in the comments box below. If this is your first time here on Color Your Life, then I would love to have you subscribe. By this you show me that you like my arts and you will be immediately notified as soon as I upload a new video. And if you like some more inspiration, then I have 2 other art journal pages for you. Simply click on the videos or use the info cards if you are watching from a mobile device. So, and I guess that's it for this week. Many thanks for watching again and hope to catch you next time. Bye bye!